They're god of the spirits of the dead, of evil again. And
in Halloween, kids were given candy. They contain marijuana. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back. You all know what time it is, especially if you are living in Europe or America. We are at the time of Halloween. This is a big celebration here in the West. This is something that most people are taking part in. Sadly, there are even some Muslims taking part in this. I guess just like Christmas, there are some Muslims taking part in Christmas as well. I personally, I don't agree with that. It is kinda like, not kinda, it is going against our religion. So this is not something from Islam, at least, and I believe there are reasons behind it why we should not celebrate Halloween or Christmas or these Western holidays, because if you look at the stories behind it, the stories are always behind something evil. There is not a good story behind it. I don't know the story behind Halloween yet, so that is why I decided to react to this video that's called Halloween the Devil's Night, and this video is from Merciful Servant channel. So I'm just gonna educate myself and also you on the way, like the ones who are watching it. Maybe you already know about it, but I'm just really curious to know about this story, because I have a feeling it's not a good story. Because obviously, you know, if you look at Halloween, it is about scary things most of the time.
October 31st was the final day of the year for the Celtic people of Europe. And that day was called the day of SAMHAIN. And this individual, wal-iyadu billah, was supposed to be their god of the spirits of the dead, of evil again. And according to their belief, the evil spirits would rise to the surface and would terrorize people on that evening. And on that evening, if you did something wrong to a person, they'd come back to get you on the night. So some people would put on a disguise, so you couldn't recognize them on October 31st on that evening. And then they would be safe. Also, they would burn fires. Now the only thing we find left of that is the jack-o'-lantern that they would put inside of their window, made from the pumpkin. What actually happened in Europe is that the church moved All Saints Day, a day for the saints. They moved it from May 13th to November 1st in 1834 AD. And so what they said was that the 31st night is All Hallows Evening. All Hallows Evening, which in America later became known as Halloween. Halloween. And they depict the forces of evil. What is happening now is that the children put on disguises. They dress as little devils, little witches, as goblins, vampires, anything evil, and they go out. And now with the new American way, they do trick-or-treat. And they come to your house asking for food. And some Muslims, they send their little children and they're in little disguises. How are you going to dress and go out there? As little devils, little shayateen. And so to send a Muslim child out to trick-or-treat is a demeaning, lowering thing. You ask them to beg people for food. Then they're dressed up as a way that they're not. Then when the candies and things come in the bag, how do you know what it is they actually gave you? Is it halal? Most of the candies today are made with gelatin, with glycerin.
Yeah.
They're made with
that's
pork
true.
products.
Also here in Iceland.
And what is also happening
Yeah.
is that there are some evil, wicked-minded people who are attacking children on that night. And there are literally groups of Satanists who are capturing children, sacrificing the child on that evening of Samhain, supposedly to get more spiritual power. It's happening right now. And so from so many angles, Muslims should have nothing to do with Halloween.
Exactly.
And it is important for Muslims to have basira, that they should have the insight to look through affairs and do not just blindly follow. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, you will follow them. You will follow the people who came before you inch by inch, foot by foot. Even if they crawl into the hole of a lizard, you crawl inside there with them. And then they said, who are these people? Are they the Christians and the Jews? And the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, who else? And so it has come to pass. And you can't Islamicize these occasions. You can't use Arabic names and Islamic symbols to make it halal. And secondly, it is important for Muslims to cherish their own holidays. When the Eid al-Fitr comes, take the day off. There are some Muslims who go to work on Eid. They go to Eid prayer and they go to work. So what happens to your children? They don't have a chance to relax and enjoy themselves. Organize an activity. Bring their families together. Eat together. Do things together. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala together. Make it a happy occasion for them. They will remember their Eids. Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha. If they don't, then they get involved in Christmas, in Easter, in Halloween, where even in the Christian tradition now, it is confusing. And many of the Christians now, Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah's Witnesses, and many people are taking a stand. And they're saying we do not want to follow the pagan religion.
There are actually some Christians, surprisingly, who don't celebrate Christmas, even though it is said to be a Christian holiday, which really there is no Christian-like about Christmas. And I feel like they should do the same with Halloween. Even if you're a Christian, you don't have to follow it blindly just because everyone else is doing it. So I totally agree with this video. People follow things blindly without knowing the story behind it, and that's why it's so important to learn about these stories. Know what you are celebrating. It's very important to not just do things because you want to have fun or just because you want to be part of something. It's very important to stand up for what is right. It is sad to see Muslims also taking part in these holidays. Like, there are stores selling Halloween things in Saudi Arabia now. Why are they doing that? I hope and I believe that people there are still gonna stick to their beliefs and values, but unfortunately there are always some people who will not. Muslims should have nothing to do with Halloween. I hope that they will stick to their beliefs and stay strong in these times and not let other people tell you what to do or what is normal. This reminds me of one story that I heard. In Halloween, kids were given candy. I don't know if it was like candy or like cookies or something like that. I'm not sure exactly, but they contain marijuana. And it's very sad because those children, they went to hospital. I don't remember exactly how many children it was, but this should not happen. This should never happen. And this is a big lesson for all of us. Protect your children away from these kind of things. Teach them the right way. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.